Hi guys, welcome back. I thought I'd share with you today a short practice with your pelvic floor to relax it, to be more exact. Because sometimes it's so hard for us to even find sensation into that area, and often we carry a lot of tension there. So hopefully this practice will be helpful for you to find some relaxation. We'll start in a cat-cow position in the tabletop. I would like to use a roller and a block at some point, but right now all I want you to do is just focus on your breathing. As you exhale, you round and you tuck the chin to chest, you tuck the tailbone, and as you inhale, you pull the chest forward and arch your back. And do it at your own pace. No need to rush. And find sensation throughout your whole spine, and really sync the breath with the movement. So as you inhale, rib expands, and you find length and relaxation in your abdomen and your pelvic floor area. And as you exhale, you find contraction in the abdomen and maybe gentle pull, gentle recoil in the pelvic floor area. Inhale, again finding expansion and relaxation, sending the breath down, and exhale, finding that recoil. No need to clench or to force anything, just finding your natural rhythm and see if you can lengthen and relax with each inhale and pull slightly up as you exhale. Now you can continue like that, or you can grab a block and bring it between your thighs, just like this. We're going to open the legs wide into a mermaid tail. And we're going to continue with the cat-cow here. So you're pressing the block gently with your inner thighs, and just notice the change of sensation. So that hip internal rotation we're doing right now helps you find length in the back of your pelvic floor hammock. You can also shift the weight back and forth a little bit. Keep your pelvis moving as you move through this, sliding your body front and back. And if you find a spot where it feels good to stay longer, you're always welcome to do that. Just shifting like this. And then when you had enough, you can remove the block. And from here, you're going to open the right foot out to the side, like you did before. And then as you exhale, you shift the weight back and plant your right heel into this kind of like a half frog, half squat position. And then you're going to shift again front and back. Each time you shift to the front, you find internal rotation of your thigh bone, and as you shift back, it's external rotation. So both of these movements are very important for your pelvic floor health, because when we come into the external rotation like so, we're opening the front of the pelvic floor hammock, and when we're coming into the internal rotation, we're opening the back. Because your pelvic floor muscles, group of muscles, it's sits like a hammock at the bottom of your deep core, and it connects the pubic bone, sitting bones, your ischial tuberosities, and your coccyx. So each time we move our hips, when we rotate the femur bone in the hip socket, we affect what is happening in our pelvic floor area, whether we notice that or not. Good? Okay, and then next time you open your right knee out to side like this, we're going to come into side lunge and shift back and forth. So you can do this standing like this, or you can keep the hands down on the floor, up to you. If the left knee is sensitive, you can always pat it, you can always bring something soft underneath if that's what you need. And again, once you find a spot where you want to hang out longer, you can always do that too. Usually it's somewhere here. And this is a big stretch for the inner thighs, our hip adductors, and hip adductors also feed into the pelvic floor area, so you might feel difference in sensation. You can also here shift the hips back and forth. Again, finding sensation in your own body. That's the key here. There's no right or wrong. It's just finding where the hips feel a little bit more sticky, where there's a little bit less mobility, and finding what would feel better, being a little bit more intuitive. Okay. And then from here, you're going to keep this leg open. Now the leg is straight, and you keep shifting back and forth. You can even add a little bit of cat-cow movement. Come forward and tuck the chin to chest, tuck the tailbone. And as you shift back and tuck and find a little bit of extension, tailbone lifts, and repeat. Keep moving with the breath. Exhale to inhale. Exhale to curl and to round, to feel that lift. And inhale to relax your belly, your pelvic floor, everything lengthens. A couple more. And then you can stay here in a gentle twist. Bringing your right shoulder down, right cheek down, and just breathe. Then you're going to come up and switch the sides. In a similar way, we're going to bring the right knee down this time. Open the left leg out to side and start with those shifts like we started in the beginning. So hip internal rotation to external rotation. And notice which feels a bit more unfamiliar and which feels a bit more sticky. And just breathe space into those areas. Once you've had enough of this one, you're going to come into a side lunge, and again shift right and left now. You can stay with the hands down on the floor, and you can lift up, pat the knee if you need to. And side to side might feel very different, and that's totally okay because we're only human. If you find a position where it feels good to hang out for a bit longer, you do just that. And then remember also to shift the body back and forth a little bit. See how that feels. Maybe plant the hands for that. Be a little bit more intuitive, a bit more free in your movements here. Just explore the sensations. And then when you had enough of that one, extend the leg all the way and continue shifting back and forth from here. Maybe walk your arms a bit more forward. Add that cat-cow. Inhale to relax the abdomen and lengthen your pelvic floor, and exhale to round and to curl. Inhale to relax and lengthen, and exhale to curl. Very good. For the last few breaths on this side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, find a twist and stay. You can make a fist with the other hand for your head to relax. On the next inhale, rise up, reach up, exhale, lower it down. Now we're going to come into a full squat, and you can either sit between your legs like this, or you can use a block to sit on, a couple of blocks if you need to, building yourself a little bench to be a little bit more upright, and whatever works in your body. There's a number of things that might feel in a way like ankle mobility and knee mobility, so make sure you take the option that works for you. All I want you to do here is to feel relaxed. So bring the hands to your heart center if that feels accessible. Elbows opening, the knees wide. Abdomen completely relaxed, everything relaxed. And as you inhale, again, send the breath down without pushing, without bearing down into your pelvic floor area, just relaxing and feeling how it lengthens. And as you exhale, feel it lifting gently as the abdomen draws in and up. Try to expand the breath into your rib cage. So think about breathing into your side ribs and your back ribs. Think about breathing into your kidney area, your lower back. And then as you exhale, feel a gentle recoil. Keep breathing here, just a few more rounds. Focus on syncing the breath to the movement of your abdomen, moving out, expanding, lengthening your pelvic floor as you inhale, and lifting in and up as you exhale. If this idea of breathing into the back body seems a little bit foreign, feels a little bit unfamiliar, you can also try breathing into your back body from a child's pose. So as you relax into your child's pose, and your abdomen is kind of blocked because it's lying over your thighs, and then from that position it might be easier to find sensation into your lower back and into your back ribs, your side ribs. Give it a try. It's important to breathe with the rib cage and to use the 360 inhalation if we want to give our pelvic floor space to relax. And again, each inhale, think about opening the rib cage out to sides and front to back. Relaxing the abdomen, lengthening your pelvic floor. Continue breathing in this position and visualize your diaphragm and your pelvic floor like two hammocks moving in sync. As you inhale, they drop and lengthen, and as you exhale, they rebound, they recoil. And it's a beautiful dance with each breath in and each breath out. Think about lengthening on the inhale and recoiling on the exhale. Sometimes just even visualizing those things helps to build the brain to muscle connection. And then if you have a roller, you need to sit on the roller, and you can keep the legs in this internal rotation position for a moment, and then we'll switch it up. So I'm kneeling and the roller is between my legs. You can also use a towel, a rolled up towel if you don't have a roller, something that has a bit of proprioception, a little bit of sensation into that pelvic floor area. And you can start like this, or if it feels more comfortable and more sensation if you're sitting in a squat position, you can also do that. In fact, you should try both and decide which one gives you more sensation. So all I'm doing here is just breathing again into my rib cage as I inhale, visualizing those hammocks descending, lengthening, and exhaling, feeling how they recoil. Try to relax the area between your sitting bones. Visualize that hammock part between the sitting bones, between your usual tuberosities, and see if you can relax it. Maybe you rock gently front and back. See where you find sensation. Maybe you do gentle circles, being a little bit more intuitive again, being a little bit more free with how you want to move. And if you find a spot that feels tense, really think about sending your energy there and sending some relaxation. Sometimes that's all we need to do is think about the area to feel more into it. So it takes practice sometimes, but by doing exercises like this, we become more familiar with the uncharted territories. Alright, very good. You can continue here, you can pause the video and stay here if you're feeling it, if you're loving it. Otherwise, we're going to transition to the back and do just a couple more from the back. So here, we're going to do a happy baby. Again, external rotation for the hips. Bring the knees into the chest and give them a squeeze. Rock your body side to side. If you like, you can do gentle circles in one direction and the other direction. And then you either reach for your shins, for your ankles, or for your outer feet. And then open the knees wider if that's accessible. And just rock your baby side to side. Again, come back to the breath, because remember, any pelvic floor exercise is going to be that much more effective if you link breath into it. If you really breathe intentionally, inhaling into the rib cage, opening it side to side, front to back, and exhaling, feeling the abdomen draw in and maybe gentle recoil of the pelvic floor area. Again, inhale, relax the abdomen, feel the breath travel down, lengthening your pelvic floor. And exhale, the abdomen comes in and up, your belly button to spine, so to say. And you can rock a little bit longer, or find any other gentle movement that feels good. And the last move here is going to be a figure 4 stretch. So you can either keep the left foot on the floor and the right foot comes above the left knee and right knee opens to side. Or for more sensation, you bring the right shin closer to your chest. Maybe interlace your hands behind the back thigh or maybe over your shin bone, somewhere where it feels accessible for you, without putting any strain on the knees and without lifting the chin to the ceiling like that, keeping the head relaxed, shoulders relaxed, neck relaxed, and knee comfortable. So here you will feel a big stretch for the glutes as well. And when we lengthen glutes, we also give a break to some parts of the pelvic floor. Hammock. So keep breathing here. Five cycles on one side, and then 5 cycles on the other. Release the leg when you're ready, switch the sides and do something similar on the other side. This hip might feel different, so be mindful about, again, sensation in the knee. Keep the foot flexed to protect the knee. Find the bind that works for you, or use no bind to just keep the foot on the floor or on the block. And again, 5 breaths here. And sometimes it helps to gently rock the lower body side to side. I find when I draw myself a little bit to the right. I feel more on the left glute, left outer hip area. So see how you feel with that. Maybe you also find a place, a spot where it feels very juicy, the stretch. And you breathe into it. Notice your pelvic floor again. No clenching, no gripping. Keep everything relaxed. And then when you had enough of that, release everything, bring the arms up, legs up, give it a little shake, give your whole body a shake. Shake, 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 shake. Allow the lymph to drain. And then once you've had enough of that, that's it. What I've got for you for today. I hope you enjoyed the practice, and I see you again soon. Namaste.